What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out how dangerous dogs are dealt with in the UK. This is a topic I've never looked into before, but as we've seen from a lot of US and UK things, there are major differences when it comes to how the different systems operate. And I'm guessing that animal control, animal welfare is no different.
That's the address and aerial view of it. A full systematic search of the venue will be conducted by borough officers.
Over the past year, I've been given unprecedented access to the Met Status Dogs Unit.
They have a dogs
Don't worry
unit?
if you've never heard of them. Not many people have. They're a team of specialist officers, and their job is to protect us from dangerous dogs.
A whole dog unit.
And it said the Met Dangerous Dogs Unit, which means the Met Police, right? So that's an actual police force unit.
That's crazy to me.
Like,
that's cool.
We don't even have a full-on, like...
yeah, in our city, somehow, we don't even have a... What do you call it?
Like dog catchers and stuff.
Yeah.
We don't even have that.
Which I feel like that's abnormal. Most cities of our size, and towns of our size, we would have something like that.
Yeah, like I've seen it where like I go for walks and there's like just
a loose
dogs running around, and I see it over and over and again, day after day after day, and I'm like, what's going on? So I think it's like one guy with the fire department or something that you have to call around here, which is like, it's really weird. Now I know we aren't like the size of, I'm guessing, London,
but still there's a lot of random loose
you need somebody to take care of that, and we got like one dude. You know, it's like I don't even think that's his full-time thing. I think he's just like something he does on the side or something. So I don't know.
The dogs prohibited under the Dangerous Dogs Act. We're also likely to conduct systematic.
That's crazy though. I did not know that.
Any dangerous dogs.
We're
Dog
at a
police unit
in North London. A local man, Daniel Howard, has been threatening officers with his dogs.
Oh.
That's Daniel in one of his pits.
Some are thought to be pit bull terriers, a banned breed.
There's Section 1 dogs there, and there's good evidence that they are his dogs, and that is an offence, and he could be arrested for that.
This is one of the dogs they're worried about, a Turkish Kangal.
Oh, that's a big dog.
You've got a shield, I'll bring a pole. We are prepared to deal, hopefully, with just about everything. The advantage of the dog catching pole is obviously we would loop that around the dog's head, secure the dog in that way, and also we can control where the dog is. We also have, as another bit of kit, an animal control shield. It's an electric shield. This kit, it works and it is very effective, but one of the biggest things that it does, quite frankly, is it encourages owners to behave and do what we need them to do.
Nearly 50 officers will be involved.
Wow.
We've seized more dogs than this, but dogs
50
with,
officers?
Sort of clear links to criminality.
This is a legit force.
The number of addresses just makes it complicated.
The challenge for Sergeant Peter Madden is to find the dogs before their suspect is tipped off. A team arrives at one of the addresses.
That's a lot of officers. Wow.
Good morning, sir. Are you here for the dog? We've got a warrant for the dog. What, for the dog? How am I? How are you? How's this dangerous? You alright? How's that dangerous? See? How's it dangerous,
There's nothing here, but news comes in.
Steve, we've got 6 dogs at the other address.
We'll go there and show you.
So this guy has 6 dogs at another house?
Same bait, Bonnet, officers, your size now.
Thank you.
What's that red thing?
Is that to knock a door down?
Oh, maybe.
The police, come and open the door.
What's going on? Oh, it's a window.
Okay, secure the dogs for me, please. Okay. Clear the stairs. Let's take this one down. The main subject came out and got a bit agitated.
The main subject.
The main subject.
If you're behind the curve, if you're too slow, all of a sudden you've got a nightmare. And if you don't get control of the dog quickly when you've got an opportunity to, then potentially the dog joins in, gets excited, starts biting people, and you're in a difficult position. The intel suggested the dogs didn't go out very often. You can see his back claws are very long. The dog doesn't get taken out.
Hasn't been taken care of at all.
That's sad, man.
Come on, no, get downstairs in the dog. How many?
I don't think those were even barking at all.
Oh, there's the big one.
The Kangal is in the garden.
One at a time, lovely. Okay, lovely.
I'm just saying, have we got enough room?
Yes. Hello, mate. You can come too. You can come too.
Wow.
They seem
I am
friendly.
surprised.
There we are. Good.
What?
So are we seeing dogs that people aren't supposed to own because they're illegal breeds?
Banned breeds, and also looks like some neglect.
Because
too.
when it says, yeah, right, the neglect as well, but when it said dangerous, I was assuming they had done something, but it's more like an illegal banned breed or something, and are they...
Because of known issues, maybe.
Right, maybe. I don't know. What breeds are banned? I know there
That
are...
one he was talking about, Kangal.
Right, I've never heard of that one.
I hadn't either.
What about pits? Because he was
They're
talking about pits.
confiscating
There
them,
was
so.
so like is this because of the owner or because of the dog here that they're here?
Or
I'm
both.
Or both. I'm not really sure.
As well as anything else, you can see that this dog is desperately emaciated. It's got no
the
ears, and whether that's
ribs.
been cut off to make it look harder, I don't know. But this is a very,
That is
very
awful.
skinny dog, purely and simply because it's not been fed enough, or it's got a medical issue that they haven't treated.
Worms or
so
something.
For years, we've heard lots of reports when we're going on raids of dogs that are trained to attack on a word of command. That's rarely the case, very, very rarely. Our own police dogs are trained in bite work, but they're not aggressive in the normal course of events. This dog, when we came down here, was absolutely fine towards us. It was growling and telling us to go away because we're invading its space, and we just gave it a bit of time, made friends with it, and the dog's good as gold with us now, and that's our preferred option, and that's normally the case more often than not.
Really?
I'm surprised it went so easily.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Well, here we go.
It probably wants to get away from where it's at,
Sergeant
honestly.
Madden will learn later.
Look at it.
His gut feeling about the Kangal is spot on. In total, 13 dogs have been seized from this morning's raids.
What a good dog you are, mate.
13.
Not all are banned breeds. The SDU must decide which ones are.
Oh. Is this at the
Confiscated
police
animals
department?
are held at police contracted kennels
Wow. Oh, police contracted kennels. Okay.
while their fate is decided. For the dogs that end up in these kennels because of welfare issues, it's the best thing that could happen to them. There's expert veterinary care, there's regular exercise, food and water, and they're probably given more attention than they've ever received in their lives. But for banned breeds, like this pit bull terrier puppy, being here is the canine equivalent of death row.
Aww.
Identifying the dogs is complicated. Pit bulls are essentially mongrels, so there are no breed specifics.
Almost half the dogs are suspected to be banned breeds, and that's part of the assessment today. But also, as part of the assessment, we're looking at whether or not there are any welfare issues with the dogs.
Or unless there's a medical problem with the dog, there's no way a dog should be in a condition such as this at this age.
Inspector Jan Eakers thinks one of the dogs is another banned breed, one rarely seen in this country.
Yeah.
A Doggo Argentino.
I suspect it's probably come in as a very small puppy, so it would have been difficult to tell what it was at that age. It's either come in from North America or it's come in from Europe, probably as a profit-making venture.
Daniel Howard's Instagram post confirms the suspicion. Seized dogs that can't be returned to their owners or rehomed are destroyed.
Destroyed?
That's why the Dangerous Dogs Act is so controversial.
He said there's a Dangerous Dogs Act.
Dangerous Dogs Act. Haven't heard of that.
And he said it was controversial. So they euthanized the banned breeds.
Okay, so did the act get passed, but people already owned the dogs that they banned, and then they had to confiscate them? Is that what happened?
No, I don't know.
Or is it something different?
So occasionally she can have cat food, but not all the time.
Carol Eden's world fell apart when she had her puppy Fudge taken away from her by officers from Merseyside Police.
Oh my goodness.
She says, without warning and without justification.
What?
I heard the banging on the door, and because I live on my own, I was a bit, what's that at this hour of the night? It was 10 o'clock at night. There was just lots of police cars outside. Policewoman said to me, "We've got reason to believe you've got a pit bull." To which I actually went, "Pit bull? I've got a staffy. And she said, can we come in and see her? And I said, yeah, not a problem. She said, I just need you to sign this and then we can get out of your way. And I said, what is it? I need to go in and get my glasses. I wouldn't be able to read it. And she said, oh, it's fine. She said, it's just to say that you haven't been coerced by us in any way whatsoever. I took her out, took her up to the van. She thought she was going for a walk. And 2 policemen got hold of her back end, pushed her in the back of the van, shut the doors and drove off.
And that was the last you ever saw of her?
It was the last I ever saw her.
Wow.
An hour later, I got a phone call from the vets to say that your dog had been put down. I was devastated,
She didn't even get
honestly.
to say bye.
Even now, the guilt is hard.
Oh my god.
It really is hard.
Wow.
Hard that she had a chance. I could have fought for her.
Sergeant Madden's hunch about Akash the Kangal is right. He's very sick.
Hey, mate. You're not feeling very well, are you?
He does not look good.
The heart has an abnormal beat to it.
He also has fluid on his chest and in his abdomen.
I wonder how old he is.
With this sort of condition, unfortunately, I mean, he could collapse into unconsciousness and never wake up again.
Poor thing.
The SDU has joined Trident, a specialist met unit that tackles gang violence. Pit bulls became popular after a crackdown on knives and guns. There's less risk being caught with a dog, and it's also why they're known as weapon dogs or status dogs.
One of the requirements for any registered banned breed, almost all of which are pit bulls, is that the dog is insured, and they can get that insurance through a couple of providers.
Wait, you can actually have a banned breed as long as you register it and you have insurance on it?
And it has to be renewed each year.
Yeah, you have to renew the registration each year.
The owner here has got a copy of their insurance, so all is good.
So they have to go around and check to make sure everything's up to date? Is that part of what they do here too?
Address that the people that were here moved to? The registered owner of this dog was murdered. The dog is still registered at this address, and there is no insurance for the dog. It's the police! We're going to seize the dog, take the dogs today. We'll speak to your brother in due course, and if he's got insurance, fine, you know, that's okay. Dogs, as you can see, are good as gold. They will go off into kennels. We'll make some inquiries with the registered owner and see if he has got insurance, and we'll take it from there.
So would the insurance be basically liability insurance if they were to harm someone? Or
yeah, I think so.
I think that's a good idea, actually.
There's a good reason Inspector O'Hara is so committed to removing potentially dangerous dogs from our streets.
The whole side of her face had been opened up.
Oh my goodness.
Just horrendous.
Carla and her brother Luca were excited about Christmas. They were on their way home from a fair. 2 unleashed pit bull terriers were walking towards them.
Oh no.
I just heard the scream, I just heard the mum. And I obviously instantly turned around, instantly ran back. You know, the adrenaline just kicked in at that point. And as I turned back and ran the few steps back towards him, I saw Carla on the ground with a dog. I just did what a mum would do. I instinctively started yelling, screaming, and leapt onto them, onto the dog, onto them. And I basically had to prise the jaws of this dog off Carla's face.
Oh my gosh.
He basically had her entire, she was 4, so she was very little, had her entire face in his jaws.
Dushka flagged down a car and asked the driver to rush her to a nearby hospital.
I got home to an empty house, made a few calls, couldn't contact Dushka. Then I get a call. This is the Royal Free. Your daughter's been attacked by a dog. Get here as quickly as you can.
Oh my goodness.
What a
so
mom.
Literally, just leg it down the road as fast as I can. Walked in, see Dushka first, and in bits, apologising.
Obviously, I had the motherly guilt of I didn't look after our children well enough. I let this happen. But that was the major emotion that was going through me, was, oh my God, I can't believe I've done this. can't believe this has happened to my daughter.
Yeah. And actually,
why us?
Dushka saved Carla's life, essentially.
She survived.
Oh, she's still young.
What a happy ending.
I thought this was a little, like a wild, like...
A long time.
Yeah, I thought they were grown up now.
Had the dog gone a little bit deeper here, kind of the jugular area. I mean, it did. It definitely cut the whole of this bottom part of her face.
Severed all of the muscles across the bottom there, which isn't far away from jugular. It fractured her cheekbone. Could have easily crushed her skull in his jaws. She had cuts all the way around her eye as well. I mean, it's
a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Absolute
she
miracle.
did not lose that eye. Unbelievable.
And there was a lot of references to life-changing injuries, and I remember just grabbing one of the doctors and saying, "What do you mean life-changing injuries?" I just didn't want to hear it. I think I didn't want to hear those words, life-changing injuries.
What an amazing girl! It was an unbelievably strong girl. You know, they took the bandages off. The nurses saw my face and they said, "You need to sit down," because it was horrendous. Horrendous.
Yeah, she was
the
amazing.
whole side of her face had been opened up. It was just horrendous. And, you know, they put it back on, and at that point I was like, oh my God, she is so brave.
The Cutlers credit the medical team on duty at the hospital that night and the following weeks and months for rebuilding Carla's face.
Oh my goodness.
What a hard road that would be.
Yeah.
We had the amazing luck that I think the top plastic surgery consultant in the Royal Free happened to be on duty that day. He basically said, "I've just come on call, I've just heard what's happened. I have a list of operations today as long as my arm, but Carla's going to be the first in. And I have extensive experience in nerve repair and facial reconstruction."
Wow!
That was an incredible stroke of
You
luck.
couldn't
She's
even
got a
tell
metal
it.
plate in her face.
Oh,
Where her
what
cheekbone
a
was
great
fractured,
job.
So she had to have MRI scan to just make sure the integrity of her skull was okay and whether they could go with that and whether they needed, you know, how they would shape the metal plate.
Wow, she had to have a metal plate.
That was a long operation.
Yeah. 5 days, 6 days,
Oh
we were able to come home with a lot of antibiotics, medication, you know.
Bags of antibiotics.
Bags and bags of medication. And we had to go back a few days later. The stitches didn't stay in that long. There were so many, hundreds of stitches. She's small, she's growing. Nerve repair takes up to 2 years.
So she's about 6 now?
After 2 years, we'll see where we are.
Or something like that.
You know, whether there will be further discussions at that point, we don't know.
My goodness, guys, as
that is like a worse
parent of a young daughter, that is just like, that just hit home, you know, and
because there have been a couple situations where we've like taken walks around the neighborhood, in our old neighborhood, and you know, there were a lot of dogs off the leash. And
just off the leash, like just people just trusting,
not paying attention to
trusting
them.
dogs that if they do get a hold of a kid could cause serious damage. And it's just people need to be more responsible, especially when they have dogs that could have potential to hurt someone. You know what I mean?
Barely coping with the trauma of the attack, the Cutlers were about to learn some confusing and heartbreaking news.
The dog that attacked Carla was known to the police, was under investigation, had killed a cat and attacked the cat's owner. Only 3 months previous to this. And basically
it was a confession.
It was a confession that a mistake had been made.
That it was let
and
loose
that the correct procedures hadn't been followed, and therefore that dog should never have been on the street on December the 4th when Carla was attacked. That dog should have been taken away from its owner and dealt with legally way before that. The police knew all this. This was all reported, and it wasn't.
It wasn't followed up.
It wasn't followed up.
The breed of the dog wasn't checked. They took the owner's word that it was a staffy. And it wasn't.
And that was incredibly hard to hear.
So was the owner held responsible at all for the accident?
Who made
I would
the
hope.
mistake?
I mean, I think you should be.
Ultimately, Carla paid the price.
The two officers who failed to seize the dog before it savaged Carla and the supervisor were investigated internally.
I think the police station should be held responsible in that case. Because they, or at least as well as the owner, because they didn't do what they
Due
are
diligence and,
supposed to do, supposedly. You know,
I'm usually for less government involvement in our lives, but in this instance, I actually agree with.
There needs to be some level of there needs to be some level of
accountability,
control and whatnot in these situations.
There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that there was a missed opportunity for an earlier intervention to get hold of that dog and take it off the streets and at least put it in a place where it was secure and safe to be. And that would have prevented the incident that happened to Carla. And that is, I have to say, most regrettable that that wasn't taken. What I can say is that the advice that was available to the officers at the time was not as strong as it could have been.
The owner was sent to prison for 2 years. His dog was destroyed. The Dangerous Dogs Act was supposed to protect children like Carla. I wanted to know if Inspector O'Hara thought it had achieved its aim.
It's difficult to measure whether it's been an effective piece of legislation because you can never measure the preventative effect that it has had. You will never know how many dogs there would have been on the streets of this particular type, for example, if the legislation hadn't been introduced. But I think, by and large, it is fit for purpose, and it could be enhanced with a few small tweaks.
In the end, I suppose Inspector O'Hara is right. We can't ever know how many lives have been saved or attacks prevented by the DDA.
We would put to sleep probably around 300 dogs this year. Now, I have to sort of draw the inference here that they're not necessarily all healthy dogs or safe dogs to have around people. Far from it, in fact. What I can say is we have rehomed around 56 dogs this year so far. And we won't destroy a dog without some kind of a paper trail. So a disclaimer when the dog can't lawfully be rehomed, a court order that says it must be destroyed. But if a court rules that a dog is not a danger to public safety and the owner is a fit and proper person, then 9 times out of 10 that dog will go home.
Daniel Howard has begun a 6-month jail term.
What's going on with his ear?
He's pleaded guilty to 17 offences. 8 of his dogs have been destroyed. This one has been rehomed. Akash became a firm favourite with kennel staff.
He looks like a good
Never
dog.
recovered and had to be put down.
Oh, I was thinking that was going to actually end up good.
At least he had a good little last part of his life.
After more than 38 years' service, Sergeant Peter Madden has retired from the force for a civilian job. He's still working with dogs.
There will be a variety of reasons why dog will bite man. Often it will be something that man has done. Dogs are man's best friend. I would question whether man is dog's best friend.
The attack on Carla happened 2 years ago. Dushka and Tony have only spoken now in the hope that what happened then to their little girl will never happen to another child again. Lucas still crosses the road whenever he sees a dog, but the trauma of witnessing the attack on his little sister is fading. Carla continues to astound her parents and everybody else with her courage.
One of her friends asked me the other day, when's Carla's scar going to go? Just as a aside, and it's like, well, it's never going to go. People are, she'll always have a scar, but it will fade, and it will fade more and more and more and more.
She's rebuilding her young life. Smile by beautiful smile.
Wow. Well, this was very interesting, number one. Number one, I'm glad that little girl...
It was a happy ending.
Happy ending, yeah. And, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this topic in general, guys. This is the first time we're learning anything about this. And we don't have any type of unit that goes and does something like this, right? We don't have this type of thing here. Number one, I do think having insurance of some sort is a good idea. Personally, I don't even know if that's a thing here. Maybe it is, and I just don't know about it. I've never looked into it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I owned a dog. You owned a dog more recently than I have, and did they have insurance that readily available from insurance companies to buy?
I don't think so. The only thing I could see is maybe health insurance for your pet, like pet insurance.
Maybe
I think they do have that for vet bills and stuff, but I don't know about.
I definitely think it makes sense for certain breeds having insurance just in case, because you never know. That's probably a positive thing, obviously.
For everyone.
Yeah. And you got to wonder, like, you know, where do you draw the line with something like this? I mean, you need something, you need the ability, dogs that have proven they cannot be trusted, they have attacked humans, they have attacked other pets and stuff like
owners,
that.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's one thing when they protect an owner or protect a fellow pet, for example, but if they're just randomly attacking people, then that's a completely different thing. You have to have something. You can't just allow those dogs to continue on the street, or you know, be able to be out and about even with an owner.
But we would love to hear your thoughts more on this, because we don't know the nuance behind the act they passed. And
I don't know
how it all
about
works.
Anyways, guys, very interesting topic.
Yeah.
But like we said, let us know if you've had experience with this, and what else you think we should check out in terms of like animal welfare, animal control, what we would call the pound, if you will, like where you go to, like, you know, pick up a cat or a dog.
Yeah, adopt an animal.
You know, I don't know anything about the way that system works over there, and I'd love to know more. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others, and don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.